Welcome to Between Heaven and Earth, an internet radio talk show where we help you connect spirit and divine guidance. Lisa Kay, your host, brings you shows that can enhance and transform your life with tips and new ideas for more happiness, abundance, and better relationships. Lisa is an expert on intuition and can show you how to strengthen your inner guidance to empower yourself. Each show is positive and uplifting to inspire your day. Her guest speakers are specialists on self-help, positive thinking, spirituality, and conscious living. Be the best that you can be with Between Heaven and Earth, conscious living for your soul.
And angel blessings to everyone. I'm Lisa Kay, your host. And hey, today is Earth Day. Did you know that the first Earth Day was in 1970? I didn't know that. Earth Day is all about taking care of the planet we live on, and today we're going to remember to do our part for Mother Earth. So turn off a light or two when you're not using it, and I always like to think about sustainability and being green and doing what we can to take care of Mother Earth. It's a good thing, right? So let's get to our show. Our show today is called Positive Gratitude. It's the latest new age push for an attitude of gratitude and being thankful. I believe that being thankful can actually change your life and help you be in the zone. In fact, positive gratitude is the quote, all-in-one best practice when it comes to everyday spirituality, which is what we talk about on this show. And I think you get several of the best practices all rolled into one. So we're going to be talking about that today and later in the show. We're going to have a guest radio host spot from Kacey on the radio and her health and happiness show. She is talking to Margaret Lynch, and you're going to learn how EFT, which is the emotional freedom technique, or tapping, can help you tune in to more wealth. But first, let's begin with our topic on positive gratitude, my favorite thing. Being thankful is a really good thing. You know, we all know that. You keep hearing about it. And we've been reminded by our own parents, don't forget to say thank you, to show our appreciation. And it kind of makes you feel like an obligation, right? Did you know the word thank is actually from two words? It's from the two words think and gratitude, or grace. And grace means, quote, God's favor or God's help. So being thankful is really thinking about our blessings, expressing our gratitude as a way of expressing our, quote, appreciation for the good things in life. It's a way we keep our minds positive, and positive thinking leads to attracting more good things to us. As I was pondering about being thankful and what gratitude means to me, I realized that we usually express our thanks as either a response to someone doing something nice for us. You know, again, that's our parents saying, don't forget to say thank you. Or we express it like this. We say, thank God, like a relief from some, sort of bad experience. So in a way, our attitude of gratitude really should be more of an attitude of positive gratitude. When we recognize what is good in our life by appreciating the good, our outlook on life is going to become more positive. And in fact, our life really then becomes good. And I know some people that have difficulty with that, seeing the good around us and being positive. A lot of times we're brought up, I think, to look at the negative, particularly about ourselves, because our parents are trying to get us to do the right thing. And I know I'm a parent, so it's like, don't do this, don't do that. Why didn't you do this right? Why didn't you make that better? So then we're always looking at the, quote, negative. But we have to retrain ourselves to look at the positive. When we're born and we're babies, our natural state really is to be happy. So look around at all the good around you and think about your blessings. Think about the blessings that you have in your life. That is being thankful, and that is thinking grace. Now, being thankful and having gratitude is what I think is the pinnacle of everyday spirituality. It is, again, that all-in-one practice in one neat package, because when you have positive gratitude, you're going to be generating more positive thinking, and you're being in the now because you're thinking about what you have right now, and you are practicing the law of attraction all at once. So you've got all these things: positive thinking, being in the now, and the law of attraction. Isn't that cool? Positive gratitude is kind of like this positive psychology because it helps put us in this frame of mind, this positive thinking mind. And also the added bonus is that being thankful is going to allow you to feel appreciation. And the emotion of appreciation is the highest level of emotion on the emotional scale, which helps us align with source energy. And so according to the law of attraction, we are in alignment with, quote, source energy, which is the energy of all that is. It creates everything. We are in alignment with that. And when we are, we're able to manifest what we desire more quickly. So appreciation allows us to be in alignment with creation, and then we manifest what we want fast. So again, the best gratitude is positive gratitude, and it's appreciation of what you have right now, what you're experiencing right now, or even what you're feeling. So positive gratitude is more than just seeing the cup half full. It's about feeling that appreciation. And this is going to allow you to be enthusiastic, optimistic, joyful, loving, and happy. We all want to be happy. And you can even be thankful for that enthusiasm, that optimism, joy, that love that you feel, and that happiness. It's kind of like the gift that keeps giving. Now, what you focus on, of course, in the law of attraction, whatever you focus on is going to draw more of that to you, right? That's what the law of attraction is all about. And according to the law of attractions, the best way to manifest and draw things that you want is to move up this emotional scale. So as you move up this, quote, emotional scale, you'll be able to manifest more quickly. Now, on this scale, and this came from Esther Hicks' book, on the scale there are 22 levels of emotion. And the lowest level of emotion is the most out of alignment with source energy. And the highest level of emotion is where we get in the most alignment with source energy. So we're most in alignment when we go high on this emotional scale. So this is where our connection to the divine flow of source is the strongest. You want to go higher on that emotional scale. And it makes it easier to manifest good things in our life. So here's an example of what the lowest level of emotion would be. It would be fear and doubt. The highest level is going to be joy, love, and appreciation. So by practicing positive gratitude with the highest feeling of appreciation, we're going to be practicing being in the flow, being in that vortex, being in our bliss. And then we're going to be in alignment with all that is, which is what we want to be, being in the zone. Now, Oprah Winfrey says, and I'll quote from her, being thankful for what you have. Be thankful for what you have, Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. And that was from Oprah Winfrey. So Oprah has a gratitude journal, and she says that, what you should do is write down every day things that you're grateful for. And if you use her gratitude journal, and this is really something that anybody can do, it's nothing special, you can practice positive gratitude. So by listing out every day the things you're grateful for, whether they're big or small, it's going to help you focus on the positive things in your life. So get that journal, and it can be, it doesn't have to be, a special quote Oprah journal. It can be a favorite book that a blank paper that you write in, or it could be just, paper that you write on. So when you do this, it's going to help you see the glass half full instead of half empty. And when you begin to practice the optimism by recognizing what's already good around you, you're going to feel better. You're going to feel you move up that emotional scale, and that's going to help you manifest what you want. So to create your own gratitude journal, you can start by using, a notebook, or you could buy a journal of blank paper. They're very easy to find. You can go to, I find them in the drugstore, or you can go to a stationery store like Papyrus, and they have them, and they're really pretty. Sometimes they're hardcover, and sometimes they're soft, and they have some pretty covers on them. And the best thing to do is to pick a journal that you're attracted to, one that you like, and one that creates that feeling of positive energy. I know some people create their own special journal by taking a blank notebook, and then what they'll do is they'll paste like favorite pictures or draw decorations on the cover. It might be like a collage, or it might be, you could also put on a favorite photograph that you have, or something that makes you feel good. That's what you want. Make it special. And this way, whenever you look at your journal of gratitude, it's going to give you this good feeling. And that enhances the good energy in and around your gratitude. But you thought I was going to say your journal. You want it to be within you. And if you'd like, you can keep a gratitude journal on your computer. You can do that. Or now you can download an app on your smartphone and keep it with you wherever you are, so you can jot down those things you're grateful for wherever you might be. And remember to jot down things that are positive. What's really cool about these apps is you can mail them to yourself or to someone else, and you can keep it going. So if you're interested, just what I did was I searched for quote gratitude journal in iTunes, in the iTunes app store, and you can find it there. And I'm sure you could find it on the Android. So we're going to continue after a little break, and we're going to talk about how you can continue to generate positive gratitude in your life. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Feed your soul with waves of consciousness on OMTimes Radio.
Welcome to The Gathering Around My Kitchen Table on Equilarium FM, Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join my guests as we integrate spirituality into everyday reality with vibrant conversations, inspired interviews, and my latest channeled guidance to inspire and brighten your day. I'm Claire Johnson, and together we'll be raising vibrations across the nations.
Being a radio host on IOM-FM allows you to build your show on a rich platform with the power of the internet to fulfill your outreach goals and connect with a very specialized and global online audience, unlimited by time and distance. OMTimes Radio will provide you with web relevance, a recognizable conscious brand, and with the standard of excellence that has accompanied every single OMTimes endeavor. Host your show with OMTimes Radio Network. Simone Milasas would like you to know that business can be fun, which is why she wrote the book, Joy of Business. What if you could have the joy of business rather than the stress and struggle? Most of the time, the only thing stopping you from a thriving business is you. In the Joy of Business book, Simone gives you access consciousness tools and pragmatic ways to get out of your own way and to create the business, life, and living you know is possible and beyond what this reality says is achievable. Business is joy. It's creation. It's generative. It can be the adventure of living. You can purchase your copy of the book through Amazon or Joy of Business website, www.accessjoyofbusiness.com.
Hi, this is Angela Levesque, host of Entanglement Radio. Join me Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern for inspiring conversations with visionaries in spiritual science and conscious healing. Entanglement Radio, Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern. Transcendent talk for the conscious mind.
Conscious media for conscious minds. OMTimes.
And welcome back. I'm Lisa Kay, and you're listening to Between Heaven and Earth. And we are talking about positive gratitude. But before we get back to that, I wanted to tell you that you can go to my website at lmk88.com and you can sign up for two things, actually. You can sign up for a free video series that answers a bunch of questions that people have about how to build your intuition that are very common. And you can also get my newsletter, and I have a free e-doc that you get on how to develop your intuition and lots of exercises you can do on your own. So some of the questions that I answer for people are, how do I make my intuition happen when I want it to? How do I know it's my intuition and I'm not making it up? And how do I get more detailed information from my intuition? So I have three free videos that are open right now. It's actually been out there for a couple of weeks, but we're going to close it down soon. And you can get those free videos just by going to intuitiononly.com. That's intuitiononly.com and sign up. And you're good. Actually, there are three videos that are open right now. All of them are available. And you can go through each one. And we have a fourth video that's going to open up in a couple days. And this is a great way to start to get to know how to develop your intuition. And it's a nice primer for getting into a much deeper into really all the details of working with your intuition and really getting information that you can use for your life that is inner guidance, what I call your intuition. And this week I'm going to open up registration for my online class, which will come a little bit later. But why don't you look at those free videos first at intuitiononly.com and sign up. Let me know how you're doing out there. We've got some people out there who've already, actually we got a lot of people out there looking. I think if I take a look, I can actually see the statistics. Take a look at that. We have got, bring it up right here. Well, the first video has over 1,300 views. So a lot of people are looking. So go on over and check it out. You won't be the only one. All right, so let's go back to our positive gratitude. So we're talking about journaling and creating a gratitude journal, which you can do on your computer or in a notebook. And I think the most important thing is to either remember to jot it down as things are happening to you, if that you can be grateful for, if that's difficult for you to do, or you've forgotten during the day. What you can do is maybe before you go to sleep, pick a time every day to write. You can write again at night before you go to sleep, or you can as you get up in the morning. That might help set your tone for the day. It gives you a chance to review the good things that you're grateful for that have happened, either during the day or during the week. And you can go back and look at it. And, if you want to repeat things, that's fine. Try to come up with as many things as you can that are not the same. And then you might start to find that you can come up with even more. You can generate this, you can list sort of general things, and that's fine. Like you can have gratitude for your health or your family, your friends. You can list little things like a beautiful sunset or the wonderful meal that you had, maybe your favorite restaurant, or, it could even be a good night's sleep. I mean, I'm grateful for a good night's sleep. As you get older, you get up in the middle of the night, and it's so nice sometimes to just sleep right through. It doesn't matter what you list, as long as you list things that, feel good, that make you happy, that make you have that wonderful feeling. And the feeling of appreciation and goodness is key. And as you write them, I think you'll feel those wonderful feelings come up that help generate the energy of attraction. Now, being thankful is thinking about your blessings. Remember, it's not about relief. Oh, thank God that just came in time. Oh, thank God that bad thing didn't happen. That's not what it's about. It's about being grateful for something that has come and gone, or maybe has come and is still with you. It's about appreciating what we have right now. And the more we recognize how many good things are around us, the more we realize that there's a flow of goodness and abundance is always coming to us. So, remember, sometimes we're trained or we are habituated into seeing the not so good, the bad. And, that comes from growing up and having to watch out for things that aren't so good so we can take care of it. But we end up focusing on it too much. So write your list, write it. You can write it just once and then leave it, which is fine. But write it. If you go back to write all the time, it's going to change your mindset. It's going to change your subconscious and who you are and what you're thinking about. And you're going to find that around you, the world is going to get better. Your perspective will be better. You may also find that your attitude is going to change about life, that life is good. And write only if you have a few things to write about. It may start to get to flow more. And later you're going to find that your gratitude will come out during the day, not just when you sit down to write. It's a way of changing your mindset. It's a way of changing your attitude, changing how you see things. And sometimes it's just little things that you write down or that you recognize make all the difference in our lives. My mother has always known the power of positive thinking and appreciation. And when I was a little girl, I clearly remember her preparing breakfast for herself one day. She was really happy and excited about making her eggs. But this time she was making them with some fish she had left over from dinner. And she was saying over and over again, I remember a little, how good the dish was going to be and that she really enjoyed the fish last night and it was going to be perfect with her eggs for breakfast. And she was experiencing so much joy from making her eggs with the anticipation of eating them. That memory stuck in my mind after all these years. So her gratitude is expressed in her enjoying her meal. So what are you grateful for? Let's make our list. I'll work it out with you. Remember, again, it's not about relief. It's not like, thank God I didn't fall down those icy stairs. Or thank God I got here in one piece. It's not about that. Those things are okay, but we really can do better, and you want to do better. Positive gratitude is about the feeling of appreciation we have for our blessings. It's being thankful and thinking about grace. I like that, thinking about grace. So let's think about what we've been blessed with and feel appreciation for it. So that's positive gratitude, right? Thinking about what we've been blessed with and feeling the appreciation for it. Positive gratitude. So let's start to list these things here. We'll go through a few things that are around us. And some of them you might relate to, some of them not. But let's go. I know some of these are the things that I have positive gratitude for. So the first thing is our dogs and cats. You might have a pet dog or a pet cat or a pet fish or a pet hamster, whatever it might be. I'm an animal lover and I love my pets. And I've had cats for a long time. I would love a dog, but I haven't had a dog yet. But our cats and our dogs are so loving because they're an expression of pure love. Animals live in the now, and they express that unconditional love so easily because they live in the now, and we feel it so easily. And I don't know how many of you know, I have a degree in psychobiology, and the reason is because not only did I want to know how the brain works, but I actually minored in animal behavior. It's called ethology, and I love animals. And that one of the reasons why I love them is because of that pure love, because of their being in the now, because they just sort of express, I guess, source or all that is. It just flows right through them. And it's such a gift. I've been blessed with having loving cats all my life. They've been our family companions. They've given me comfort when I need a boost. I love to watch them play. And if you follow me on Facebook, you might have seen some of my pictures of my cat D'Artagnan, who's my synchronicity cat. And not only is he beautiful, we happen to be very lucky. He is a tuxedo cat and he is perfectly symmetrical. I'll post a picture of him actually on our radio show Facebook page. I don't know if I could do that while I'm doing the radio show at the same time, but I will post that. If you go there to facebook.com at facebook.com/between heaven and earth, I'm going to post D'Artagnan. He is a tuxedo cat. He's actually perfectly symmetrical, black and white cat, and he's gorgeous. My son loves to take pictures of him, so I have a million of those. I'll start posting those, and post back, because I'll see those posts. I've opened it up so you can post there. So that's one thing I'm grateful for. I have positive gratitude for every time I see him. And one of the things you can do is you can put pictures of things that you're grateful for around you, and that will constantly remind you and put you in that feeling of positive gratitude. Another thing, people love crystals. I love crystals. You know, crystals are just rocks, but they're magical. I love my crystals. I have a beautiful collection, and I'm grateful for just having them around. Maybe I'll take pictures of my crystals and put those up for you. I have a wide variety of them, but just to look at them brings me great joy, and I enjoy their energy. They have special energy. I actually teach a course on crystals and their energy online, and you can take that if you want. But I love crystals. They're just, you know, you don't have to have diamonds. You can have an amethyst. You can have a labradorite. There, excuse me. There are so many different kinds you can have. And I'm so grateful for being able to actually buy them and afford them, and been very lucky to have. This is what I'm grateful for. You know, when I started to collect crystals, all of a sudden I found vendors who had amazing prices and amazing collections of crystals, and I could go buy them. So you could do that too. Write down your favorite crystals. Just list them. I know most people really do like crystals. Is it amethyst? Is it, let's see, is it Larimar? You name it. So make your list. And we'll be right back after these brief messages.
The best of the holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
The truth is, you can't change the world if you're broke. I know. I tried. Isn't it time you turned your life's calling into a profitable, freedom-based business? I'm Michelle Barr. Join me every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern for Sacred Success.
Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of OMTimes Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OMTimes. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community. Are you trying to get from point A to point B and need a little advice? Connect with the counselors at OMTimes Advisors. Whether you're looking for a life coach or a spiritual intuitive, the advisors participating at advisors.omtimes.com were carefully chosen based on their gifts, skills, and professionalism. OMTimes Advisors, connecting you with the best advisors in the business.
Circle of Hearts Radio is a sanctuary on the airwaves. Join me, Grandmother Elia, in the circle on Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern as I share information to both enlighten and nourish your soul.
Your conscious lifestyle on steroids. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
And welcome back. I'm Lisa Kay, and you're listening to Between Heaven and Earth. See if I could say that right. Between Heaven and Earth. And we are often talking about everyday spirituality topics. We've got guests that are coming up, and just a brief preview. Our next shows, actually, we've scheduled some really cool topics about how to grow your spiritual business. And I'm writing a book, and it's going to be published in November by Findhorn Press, and it's called Growing Your Spiritual Business. And I've written it with my co-author, Cindy Griffith. And it's actually available on Amazon.com pre-order. So if you're interested in that, that's coming up. And we're going to be interviewing a couple people. Cindy's actually coming on the show in a couple of weeks. And we've got Jacqueline Grant, who is an entrepreneur and a very successful businesswoman. And she's going to talk about spirituality in business. So that's coming up. That should be a lot of fun. And this week, I'm very excited. As I mentioned earlier, I am opening up registration for my Developing Your Intuition online class. And this is going to teach you, and we've already taught hundreds of people, how to develop your intuition. And you don't need any experience. You don't need to think you're intuitive. I never thought I was intuitive, and I developed mine to the point where I was a sold-out intuitive reader. And I figured out how to do it. I figured out how to make it work when I want, on what I want, and get detailed information. And I teach other people how to do it because I believe that if you know how to tap into your intuition, your divine guidance, that you can do it for yourself. You can have a more abundant life. You can find your purpose in life very easily. And all you need to do is tune in, because when you tune in and you're walking through your life, your inner guidance, your intuition tells you where to go, tells you what to look at, tells you who is important to go up and say hello to, or what magazine to buy, because all the clues in life are there for you, specifically for you. And so the course will teach you all that. And you don't have to come here. I've had people come from all over the country. I've had people come from different countries to come to my class in person. And this now is an online class, and you can take it anywhere. And we have had people from around the globe listening and watching my free videos, which you should all go look at, because they're up there only for a short time at intuitiononly.com. Go and sign up. But we've had thousands, literally thousands of people looking. And wanted to share with you actually a little bit quickly of what people have been saying about those videos. And they're free. You can get them. This came from a woman named Pamela. Thanks, Lisa. I'm surrounded by mediums and intuitives, including my daughter. Although I've had many experiences, it's been inconsistent. Now I know why. I couldn't figure out how others accessed information. This has been very helpful. And that was on the videos that I put out there. Patricia said, I love the way this lady, meaning me, explains things. She gives examples and lets you know in detail how things work for her. She takes some confusion away on developing your intuition further. So these are some people who are out there right now, and they're watching the videos. And thank you all. If you have been watching the videos and you're following all my what I'm putting out there, either on my blog or in the videos, thanks for being there, because that's why I do this. It's great stuff. And I've had people really blossom with their intuition. It's just absolutely amazing. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in between. Oh, as far as where people are watching, I actually, fortunately, I can see some of the stats on where they're coming in. I think you might be interested. The countries, we're getting Sweden, Denmark, France, Bahrain, Croatia, the Philippines, Singapore, the United Kingdom, Brazil. Am I naming any of your countries out there? Australia, Colombia, Canada, of course. I get a lot of people from Canada following me. India, Israel, Brazil. It's just, thank you guys all for watching. It's just awesome. And I love your comments. You guys are asking some wonderful questions. I go into the comment section in the videos. Again, they're free, and answer your questions. So go there, intuitiononly.com. Sign up and join the crowd. We're having a blast out there. Okay, so we're talking about positive gratitude. And we're going to get back to our little discussion here, and what you can put in your positive gratitude journal. Right? We talked about crystals you can list, because I love those. Your pets. The next one is your children. They grow up so fast. Everyone says it goes by in a flash, and it does. But, the best way to enjoy our children in whatever age they are at is in the now, right now, whatever age they are. I miss my son being 2 years old. He was so cute. Actually, he was so cute. Everybody said, oh, he's so cute. They would say, oh, he's so cute. Christopher's so cute. So he would run around as a 2-year-old saying, Christopher's so cute. I love that. But now, 15 years later, yeah, he's 17. We can have an intelligent conversation. We could share new thoughts. He teaches me things. It's amazing. So every moment I'm grateful for and I love. Okay, the next thing is technology. As you know or may not know, but I am a technology junkie. That's my background. I studied electrical engineering because I love technology, even back then. Before we had iPhones and PCs and Apple Watches and all that, I love technology. It's still amazing. We can reach our loved ones, our friends, our family, coworkers, cousins, almost anywhere and everywhere we are in the world instantly. My husband, he travels a lot around the world, but through cell phones and text messaging, we're always in contact. Do you remember the days when our phones were stuck to the wall in our house? And if you wanted to contact somebody, you had to wait till they were near a phone, or they sent you a letter in an envelope, snail mail. That wasn't. I don't think that was too long ago, or I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old. Okay, technology. So technology bleeds kind of into the next one, which is Amazon.com. All right, this is me. This is what I love. I love that I can sit at home, shop for almost anything with a click of a button and have it show up at my doorstep the next day or the next few days. I have even forgot. I do this, you run around the house and the things that I need that. I have to remember to go get it at the store, write it on the list and remember it and look for it, and then they don't have what I want. No more. You just go to Amazon anytime, anywhere you're at, and oh yeah, just click of a button. Sometimes it's too easy, but I love that. I love that you can do that. I'm grateful for it. And the last thing I have on my list is this radio show. I love this show. I love doing it. We've been doing it since 2008, so that's 7 years. And the show helps me focus on the lessons that I want to remember and keep my everyday spirituality going. And I'm so grateful for all of you who listen in and give me the opportunity to share it with you. So thank you. And I always do. I say this, you can say, I thank you, God, for all these things. So the best way to be in positive gratitude is to focus on each moment. Focus on the now. Isn't it funny how we seem to enjoy our photographs of vacations more than the vacation itself? We reminisce about our vacation, and it seems to have more of an impact on us than when we're actually there. I found that happens to me. So being grateful for having the time to be on vacation and enjoying your vacation when it's happening is truly being present in our vacation destination and being positively grateful. Now, when you're at home, you can still have the same feelings that you have when you're on vacation, right? How many times have you seen a beautiful sunset in your own neighborhood or a brilliant blue sky? I've seen the best sunsets from the inside of my car driving home from work. And I've seen the best snowfalls from my car going to work. And I vividly remember those. So by shifting our attitude about gratitude, it can be a positive experience. We develop this awareness of goodness. And we surround ourselves with that. And gratitude, again, should not be an expression of relief or an obligation or to seal a deal, right, on what we received, right? It shouldn't be like, okay, I have to say thank you because I received that. It shouldn't be, I have to. It should be because you really feel grateful. By practicing positive gratitude, we're going to be learning how to feel and experience the good in everything. Even seeing the good in a negative experience, it's not to build character and make you stronger, though it can be. But it's not just that. It is to shift your awareness to the positive aspects of what you experience. And that's one of the things I discovered about a lot of people is that their lives are, and this is because I do a lot of intuitive consulting, it's not because their lives are so bad. It's the way they see it. And sometimes they build up the fear and they build up the anxiety of life because they see only the negative in whatever has happened. They're afraid it's going to get worse or that it'll happen again. But there's some good things that have happened. I would like to say, one of we had a bad experience. I had a bad experience recently with my mom falling down the stairs, and she actually cracked her back, and it was bad. But fortunately, and my positive gratitude, it wasn't that bad. She recovered, and she has no permanent damage, which is wonderful. But it also gave us an opportunity to look at, hey, where are we today? What is it we need to do in our lives? You're getting older, and maybe we need to make some changes. So she actually was open to putting in stair lifts in the house, and whereas before she probably wouldn't. But it's like, okay, great, and now she's got it. And let me tell you, she says it's a blessing. She says it's just absolutely wonderful having those stair lifts, and she doesn't need to worry about herself going up and down the stairs. Or my dad, my mother's 87 and my dad's 94. So, it's, and they're in a place that has stairs, and so now they have a stair lift. And so there's the silver lining. Do I wish she hadn't fallen down the stairs? Well, of course. But at the same time, it happened, and I can look at that experience not to build character, but rather that, okay, some good things did come out of it. And when you look at things that way, it'll help you. So before you know it, you're going to be living a better life, because the positive abundance you seek is already there, and more of it's coming. And being thankful leads us to positive thinking, which leads us to optimism, which leads us to appreciation, joy, and enjoyment of our now. And that leads to enlightenment. And that's what we want to all do, right? We want to be enlightened. And as we practice more positive gratitude, we'll manifest more positive things in the world. And that will manifest more people who are positive and make the world a better place. So positive gratitude is just an amazing thing for the world. Isn't that what we all want? So that was my views, and that's my little lesson on positive gratitude. And in our next segment, we're going to get Kacey on the radio, and she's going to tell us with her guest about tapping for wealth.
Bringing you the best of the conscious minds in the world. OMTimes Radio, your conscious lifestyle on steroids.
Know what to do, just can't figure out how to fit it all into your busy life? It doesn't have to be that way. Hi, I'm Alan Baisberg from Seamless Life. Join me every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio and learn the how of conscious living. Let me and my guests help make your life seamless.
Being a radio host on IOM-FM allows you to build your show on a rich platform with the power of the internet to fulfill your outreach goals and connect with a very specialized and global online audience, unlimited by time and distance. OMTimes Radio will provide you with web relevance, a recognizable conscious brand, and with the standard of excellence that has accompanied every single OMTimes endeavor. Host your show with OMTimes Radio Network. Have you ever wondered how to change your love paradigm? The secret key is finding a love partnership, not just a regular connection. How do you find these? Through conscious relationships. Ascending Hearts Dating is a dating site for people like you that believes in second chances and a different type of spiritual connection. Try Ascending Hearts for free today at ascendinghearts.com and change your love paradigm. Ascending Hearts, the premier dating community for the spiritually awake. Join Elliot Jollish, the business therapist, each Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern for the Elliot Jollish Hour, as he interviews business experts on your behalf. And you're invited to email your business questions to questions@ecjgroup.com for answers, live, on air every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern on the Elliot Jollish Hour. Free your mind with OMTimes Radio, IOM-FM.
And we're back. This is Lisa Kay, and you're listening to Between Heaven and Earth, and I've got a little treat for you. This is from my my colleague Kacey from Kacey on the Radio and her Health and Happiness show. And I'll let her introduce it to you. So we're going to listen to that for a little while.
It's Kacey on the Radio, the Health and Happiness Show, brought to you by Hudson Valley Hospital Center. A better place to get better.
Hi, it's Kacey. Thank you for tuning in today. Here's a thought. All the money that you have in the world is because of a subconscious set point in your mind that says that's all you get. Now, if you have lots and lots of money, you've got a high set point. If you'd like some more money, you may want to tap into your subconscious and raise that point a little higher. Tapping into wealth is the topic today. And when we say tapping, we are referring to the modality that allows you to actually tap on an acupressure point on your body to release stored negative emotions, like a belief about money that no longer serves you. Meet Margaret Lynch. She wrote the book, Tapping into Wealth, How Emotional Freedom Techniques, EFT, can help you clear the path to making more money. Margaret, calling in from New England. Where do we begin on this very big subject?
Well, I think a great place to start is that the word tapping is actually twofold. You know, this is a book that is not about money or about money mindset. It's a true transformation, and it walks you through using a mind-body tool to do that. And so I often say to people, you know, there's a little more you might want to know about the book before you jump in,
right.
because it's designed to give you a transformation chapter by chapter, and that's why it has a mind-body tool in it that's actually clinically proven to make a huge shift in people.
And we're talking about tapping, and some call it EFT, which means?
Emotional Freedom Technique.
Emotional Freedom Technique. This hasn't been around forever. How long has this been around? A couple of decades, maybe?
Yeah, about 25 years or so. Yeah, I mean, I always say to people, it's the biggest thing you've never heard of. You know, try Googling it, and you'll see, probably 10,000 practitioners in the U.S. alone. I mean, I have all of my YouTube videos have been watched over 2.5 million times, and I'm just one person.
Right.
So it is a big thing, and there's, it's a clinically proven tool that comes from psychology, and I'm so passionate about talking about the mind-body-money connection because there is such an emotional and nervous system reaction that we have in our money that when you transform that, a whole different reality becomes available to people in their money and in their finances, and it's well beyond mindset and taking action, right? It's a little bit deeper than that.
Okay, so let's break it down. We are going to, actually, you are going to, in your book, Tapping into Wealth, is it a book? Because I don't have it.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a book, and it's also a series of videos that you get when you buy the book.
Okay, so you are going to, through your book and the videos, Tapping into Wealth, teach people how to do EFT, which is tap on pressure points, acupressure points in their body. And through this, they are going to release the barriers that they have to wealth, should they have barriers to wealth.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's for people. If you say, money's not my problem, got plenty, then this isn't the book for you.
Right.
But what I found working with thousands of people is that people who are particularly in the middle class or had parents in the middle class or working class really do have a nervous system component and a mindset component around what it means to be wealthy and the actions that one would take to do that, as well as programming around, what is scarcity and how real scarcity is, regardless of whether they're earning more than their parents, right? So, until we sort of talk about a different conversation around the anxiety, the stress response that comes up, the fear, the worry that the middle class in particular experiences with anything that has to do with money, their bills, taxes, charging their worth, their debt, we really don't get to the core issue. And tapping is a technique that literally turns off the fight or flight response. So the book is about applying a powerful technique very specifically to money if that's an area where you find, I like to say, you have chronic pain in your life, then let's go after it and knock it out of the park so that you can have an easier space in the way you create money and you create wealth, which are two different things.
I'm going to share some of the feelings that I grew up with money.
Sure.
I have images in my mind as clear as day of my father storming around the house, turning all the lights off, saying, "What do you think money grows on trees? When you leave a room, turn the light off." Tension, anxiety, lots of that. And I know with my own money, I'm a little bit blind. Like I'll stuff receipts in my purse, in my wallet, and then days and weeks go by, and I go back and try to recreate the scene of the crime because I'm not being clear and mindful about my own finances. So I know I have stuff inside me. Some people say, look at how you treat money, how you touch it. If you just throw it in the bottom of your purse or, in the loose change in your cars everywhere, how do you treat money? We all have a relationship to money and a feeling towards money. Some people are really clear and good about their feelings, like money is good and I want lots of it and I'm going to keep it orderly. Other people have a little more chaos and clutter when it comes to money, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like look at yourself when you go to work and you get a challenging project. It's like you bring all of your brilliance, all of your courage, all of your ideas, and you take action. Even when people who are CPAs, accountants, financial planners, when they come home and deal with their own money, you're not just, hey, I'm going to use all these great techniques and put focus and attention on it. There's an inner wall that comes up, and you described it so perfectly, Kacey. For the middle-class average person, it's fear, stress, a feeling of failing, and of course, why would you want to spend a lot of time on something that triggers a lifetime of feeling around unfairness or scarcity or worry or, things never work out for people like us? That is literally coming up in the nervous system, and so we don't bring our best selves and our attention and our focus to money. And for the majority of the part in the middle class, it's why you have middle class people out earning their parents, yet living paycheck to paycheck.
Right.
I'm from a family of engineers. I'm an engineer. We all have done the same thing in my family, and until we look at it, we don't actually start to shift the inner set point, and then that shifts our behaviors.
I think a politician up your way, Bernie Sanders, I don't know why I saw him on Facebook the other day, and he posted that more than half of Americans have less than $10,000 in their bank accounts, in their savings accounts.
And so think about your savings account right now. Everybody listening, right? What's the number in your savings? And if I were to ask you to write it down and you were sitting in a room with me filled with people, think about the feelings that would come up in you as you look at your savings or lack thereof. And people immediately start to feel that, and they start to hear thoughts in their head. Worry, fear, what I do is never enough. I never feel safe. I never feel secure. This literally is wired into the nervous system, and it stops us in the middle class from having, did your parents have any savings, right? And so here's the paradigm. All of that emotion and that paradigm stops us from all of the amazing books we could read and the things we could learn and the attention we could put on it to actually create a savings account that made us feel safe and secure and solid. And, I like to have people think about that and just let themselves off the hook a tiny bit. This is why you don't spend the time doing it. And I promise you that when you shift on the inside around this, you become a totally different person in your money, and that means miracles can happen. And that's where I get super excited.
Right. All right. Two things I want to leave the listeners with. First, if you could just, because I want them to have a full picture of what you do. We're talking to Margaret M. Lynch, and she's written Tapping into Wealth, literally tapping it, like a keg and tapping on your body. Tell the people tell our listeners the pressure points on the body that you tap on.
Yeah, and so we use acupuncture points because they have been clinically proven as electrically active with the nervous system. By tapping, just using acupressure on acupuncture points, it literally acts like a switch turning off the fight or flight response. So you take someone who could be anxious and panicky and feel like failure in their money, and in a few minutes they will feel more resourceful, right? More powerful. And so we use a set of tapping points or acupuncture points that are easy to reach on the face. There's one on the eyebrow. There's plenty of pictures you can find online or in my book. On the under the eye, under the nose, and they're just easy to reach. There's no magic in any particular point. There's also tapping points on the hand, on the collarbone, and it's very, very easy to do, and it's very fast. It looks a little funny, right? But that's why I provide so many videos that come with the book. You get a URL. Every chapter is a transformation, and you can actually go get the videos that nobody else can get unless you have the book.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And, okay, so I just wanted to give people an overall view of that so they know what they're getting into. And could you give them a mantra that they could use today to get them thinking in a more healthful way about their money?
Yeah, well, the aha moment that I like people to have is that my money, like the money that you have right now, you're saving literally to the dollar, your income, your savings, your debt, and whether or not you set any goals, are all according to an inner set point that up until now you've been completely unconscious of. And when something unconscious is sort of running you and managing you, that is not freedom. And that actually makes me really angry. It's what motivated me to to write the book. And so just knowing there's something going on internal to me in my programming, in my nervous system when I deal with money that is stopping me. And if I can knock that out, everything can change. And that's understanding, that gives people more compassion and also the hope to move forward. Because, if you can give yourself a second of suspending disbelief and saying, if I shift on the inside, what is possible in my money, and I'm telling you, miracles are possible, then this is the space of openness that allows people to say, you know what, I'm going to put some attention on this issue because I really want it to change, right? So again, this is for people who are like, I'm sick of the way my money is, and I really want it to change, and I'm telling you that a major change can happen when you have this aha moment about what's really running your behaviors and your money.
And your website is?
Go to tappingintowealth.com. There you can get a full 10-minute video on the 5 kinds of money. People find that very enlightening. So just the name of the book, tappingintowealth.com, is the best place to go because you can get all that free content there. And you can see, you can link to buy the book if you choose on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. And, of course, it's in all the bookstores, too.
Margaret Lynch. Her book is Tapping Into Wealth. Find her on Facebook, find her on Twitter and YouTube, and start tapping your way into more money. That's the plan.
You've been listening.
And I'm Lisa Kay, and you've been listening to Between Heaven and Earth, Conscious Living for Your Soul. So tune in next time right here on OMTimes Radio Network. Angel blessings to everyone.